Hello, welcome to my Rich Math channel. In this channel, we are going to learn types of numbers and the number line.
Hi, hello everybody. Today we are starting with Maria Rich Math channel and we are going to study the types of numbers and number line. In general, there are many types of numbers. The first types of number are
natural numbers,
then
whole numbers,
integers,
rational numbers, irrational numbers, and real numbers.
Okay, start with natural numbers. What are these natural numbers? They're counting numbers.
They start from 1 and up.
Okay, so natural number, generally we denote them as n. N as natural number. This is the set as 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, so we say these are counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Good. And we denote to the natural numbers as n, or we call them counting numbers.
Yes.
Then what is the second? Whole numbers. What does it mean, whole numbers?
A number with no fractional or decimal part cannot be negative. Examples 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, the whole number, let us denote as W and start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if we return back to the previous one in natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So whole number we have added here 0. So 0, we have added 0 to the natural number. So whole numbers starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And as you see, there are no decimal parts and there are no negative, so they are only positive. So they are positive numbers. What does it mean, positive numbers? Positive numbers means we have, for example, plus a 3 or a 3. We say plus 5 or 5, they are the same. We call them positive number. But negative numbers, for example, negative 3, this is negative number. Negative 5, this is negative number, okay? Then integer numbers, or we call them integers. What are these integers? Yes?
All whole numbers and their negative counterparts. Examples, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And etc.
Yes.
Okay, so if we return back, say Maria said that the whole numbers and their negatives. So integers, whole numbers, this is whole number 0, 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 up to n, plus their negatives. So negatives, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, blah, blah, blah. So this is integers, okay? And this set of integers number can be denoted as Z or Z. So these integers are or integer numbers, okay? Do we have any fraction here? No fractions. No fraction. There are integers or integer number. Okay. Yeah.
Then
what we have, so from here, before going there, look, from here up, 1, 2, 3, up to infinity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are natural numbers. Yes? Look, this is n. Here are natural number. These are natural number. And when we have added 0, as you see, up to this, these are whole numbers, yes? And we denote it as W. And now, from positive and negative with 0 up to infinity, as you see here, this is, let me write it like that. So, all these, they are Z. What does it mean, Z? We call them from German, Z. So the first letter of the of German name. So this is integers or integer
Integers.
numbers. Okay. Yeah. Then
we have rational numbers.
what are these rational numbers?
Any number that can be written by dividing one integer by another. In plain English, any number that can be written as a fraction or ratio. An easy way to remember this is to think of rational as root word.
Okay.
Examples?
Example. Before giving example, look, so a rational number means they are of the form. We have ration, we have a ratio. What does it mean, ratio? We have a ratio like that. Ratio is we have here A as integer number and B also integer number.
Yes.
And this one, A over B or A divided by B, it is ratio. We say yes, ratio. And this is rational number. So A and B should be integers. So A and B, they are integers. Okay. For example, let us have 3 over -2. 3 is integer number. -2 is also integer number.
Yes.
And this one now, we call it rational number. We call it rational number. Okay. So any number like that, A over B, but look, we cannot divide it by 0. So in this case, we say B should not equal 0. B is different from 0. Okay, so any numbers can be written A divided by B or A over B, we say, where A we call a numerator and B as denominator, and this is a ratio. The set of all these numbers we call rational number. So rational number, we call it or we denote it as Z, as Q, okay? Q, so it's a set of all numbers,
Yes.
such as set of all numbers, such as A over B, where, or such that A and B are integers with the one condition that B should be not equal 0. Okay,
Yes.
do you understand this one? We
Yes.
see A over B, where A and B should be integers and B should not equal 0 because we cannot divide by 0, divided by 0. Okay.
Yes.
So this is rational numbers. And there are some other set of cannot be written as a fractions. So here we have also, we can call this one as a fraction. But we can call it, this one A over B, we call it A over B. This is also fraction, ratio or fraction number, fraction. Okay. So what is a rational number?
Irrational numbers. A number that cannot be written as a simple fraction because the decimal goes on forever without repeating.
Okay.
Examples?
Once again, say irrational numbers. There are
A number that cannot be
a number, just a number
cannot be written
that, just a moment, cannot be written,
as a simple fraction.
okay, as a simple fraction. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
So simple fraction or what? Simple fraction or
Or means that
or
or
big
because-
fraction because the decimal goes on forever without repeating. Because fraction, because the decimal, yes,
goes on forever without repeating.
the decimal goes on forever without repeating. What is that? Give me an example. For example, square root of 2. or square root of 5, 3, or square root of 5, okay, or pi. Yeah, what is that? What is that? Rational number, as you see, a number that cannot be written as a simple fraction. So we cannot find, listen carefully, we cannot find two integers such as a and another integers as b, and the division a divided by b gives that number. So any numbers cannot be written as a over b and a and b as integers. We call it the irrational number. The irrational number, if we denote it last here as irrational number q, rational number q, so we call it, or we q dash, we know denote it as q dash, okay?
Yeah.
The complement of q, the complement of q. What's real number?
Real numbers.
What's real number? The numbers?
All
Yeah.
numbers that can be found on a number.
Okay.
Real numbers can be large, small, positive or negative, decimals, fractions,
Etc.
etc.
Okay, so real numbers, number that can be found on the number line. What is number line? This is number line 0 and here. For example, 1, 2, 3, and so on. For positive, this is positive direction, and this is negative direction, and this is up to negative infinity, -1, -2, -3, and so on. Okay.
Yes.
Any point here represent real number, and any real number can be represented on the line, number line. Okay, so, and I told you before that between 0 and 1 here, how many real numbers are there?
There are infinity.
Infinity of real numbers. Why? Because how many dots here? There are infinity of dots, uncountable, and infinity of numbers. There are infinity. So here we have the real numbers between 0 and 1 are infinity, because infinity of points. And every point here on this line, real line, number line, represent a real number, and vice versa. Any real number can be represented as a dot. For example, let us see where can we find 1/2. 1/2, it's here should be, yeah?
Yes.
Between 0 and 1. This is 1/2. And how about -2.5? -2.5, it will be here, -2.5. Okay, -2.5 or -5/2. So real numbers can be positive numbers, can be negative, yes, can be positive, can be negative, can be
Decimals or
fraction or decimal. What does it mean, decimal? Decimal, you see.
You will learn that later.
Where
in here, so-
decimal? What does it mean, decimal? Positive number, let me give an example. For positive number, +9 or 9. Negative number, we say -4 or -4. Fraction, 3/7, or might be -4/9. This is also a negative fraction. How about decimal, Maria? Decimal means, for example, 2.341. This is decimal number because we have decimal point, yes? And these are the decimal numbers here, and this is the whole number 2, and between them there is a decimal point. So 2.341, okay?
Yes.
What else? Finish, we have to stop here.
Yeah.
Let us stop that. Once again, we have a set of numbers. The first one, natural numbers. I said natural number. Then this is, if we represent it as natural number, then after that we have whole numbers, yes, with 0. whole numbers,
Yes.
and then
Integers.
integers,
Rational numbers.
let us see z, this is we say integer number, and some set, this is here is what is this, we can call it rational number. Exactly, we have a set, this is we say Venn diagrams, this is a rational number q, and some set here we can say irrational number, it's a q dash, and this one is the real number. This is real number which contain real numbers, contain all the previous numbers. Okay, so this is the biggest set now, real numbers, and we have more greater than this one. It is complex number, but we are not going to give any explanation about that.
At the end of the thing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Bye.
today. Bye.
Have fun learning.